And now this is going to be a very exciting time for Marymount, and we may have another scoop to share with our viewers, so stay tuned because it's going to come really quickly. Now, Will, you had a chance to sit down with 2 Clipper Spirit dance team members.
Correct.
And everyone at the Staples Center is jealous of you because you get to interview these girls and they love you.
Well, it's a tough gig.
It's a tough gig.
I've said it before.
I know.
But I mean, they need to be, you know, interviewed, and
they do.
They need the hard-hitting questions. All these Clipper games are sold out,
right.
So their job is much harder.
It's much harder.
They have to get 20,000 people instead of like 10 people, like
than the old days.
In years past.
Like in last year, yeah.
So they're very talented.
They are. Let's take a look.
We are here with Bianca, a second-year member of the Clipper Spirit dance team. How are you tonight, Bianca?
Good, how are you?
Doing pretty good. Now, I understand that you are involved in Disneyland in some degree. Can you talk about that? Are you allowed to?
Yeah, I dance for parades at Disneyland. I've been doing it for the past 5 years, so yeah, it's something fun I like to do on the side.
Do you have parades every day? Because I've been there before, and it seems like they just run parades through there like all the time.
I don't do parades every day, but there are shows going on all day and through the night, so a lot of entertainment going on there.
How does that job compare to your responsibilities as a Clipper dancer, as far as practices and time commitment? What do you have to do? What's the comparison?
Definitely, Clippers has a lot more commitment involved. We practice twice a week, and then we have games almost every other day, so it's a lot more compared to just dancing at Disneyland.
Now, this being your second year, I know you all have to audition again with each season. Can you talk? I mean, you must have been a little more comfortable this year. You're obviously on the squad, so you did quite well. Can you talk about the differences in as a rookie and now in your second year, what it's like to be a veteran in the audition process?
Definitely. As a rookie, you're just observing everything, taking everything all in, and you can't really appreciate what you're doing because you're just stressed out about remembering all the dance moves and where to go on the court. So as a veteran, you're more comfortable with the surroundings, dancing at Staples Center, taking lead with leading the team through stretches and things like that. So yeah, it's a lot more fun this year.
And I read about you on your bio page for the Clippers.com that you can't live without an iPhone. So I thought I'd ask you, what are some apps you can suggest to all of us that have iPhones?
Ooh, Shazam is a good one, because there's always a song playing that I don't know the name of.
This one playing right now, we could just Shazam it and it would tell us.
What else? Instagram for sure, and I mean, the average Facebook app you can't live without, so.
That's true. Those are the basics. Do you do any games? You doing those?
Where's My Water is a fun one.
Never heard of that one.
Yeah, you make an alligator take a bath with sewer water.
Good. It's a good spending of one's time. And so you don't, do you shoot Angry Birds or anything?
No, actually, I haven't played Angry Birds.
Words with Friends?
Words with Friends, that's easy to get addicted to.
I've never done that.
It's hard because it drains all the battery on your phone.
I feel like Facebook is enough Words with Friends for my day.
Exactly.
All right, we are here with Sarah from the Clippers Spirit Dance Squad. How are you, Sarah?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. We have a rookie here.
Yes.
How's it going? We're a few games into the season. How do you like this?
I love it. It's a lot of fun. It's really crazy because we didn't think we were going to have a season, and now it's picking up, and so we're really busy, but it's a lot of fun.
That's a good point. People think of the players and all the different, there's a lot of different people around an NBA organization. The dance squad, all the people who cheer for the teams might not have gone to an NBA arena. What were you going to do if there was a lockout?
I mean, I have a few other jobs. I was working at a hair salon, and I work at a clothing store. So I was doing that, and then once the season picked up, I had to quit some of those because it started getting crazy. But we were just practicing, so it was still really fun.
Pretty exciting to quit those jobs and come to this, right?
I mean, I'm not going to say that, but it's fun.
You can't say that, but this is a good job, right?
Thanks. Yeah.
Well, tell me about your dance background. What you've done dance-wise before the Clippers?
I've been dancing since I was 2. Competing my entire life. I was on my high school dance team. I was on a competition team growing up. I've just competed. That's all I've known. I danced for 8 hours a day after school. I'd get off at school at 3 and dance till 11. So that's all I've done.
And what brought you to the Clippers Spirit auditions?
I wasn't dancing in college, and I wanted to get back to dancing on a team. And so I was like, why don't I try dancing for the NBA? So I went to the audition and made it, and here I am.
And how did that go? You've been dancing since you were 2. So you weren't really nervous about your steps and choreography and things like that. What was the major challenge that you found when you were at the auditions?
The major challenge, just staying calm and collective. I think I went into it knowing I was just going to have fun. There was a ton of girls. I wasn't expecting anything. So I'm just very honored to be here.
Have you got to know any of the Clippers players?
No, I haven't.
Because we would like to ask the Clipper Spirit about who might be the best dancer. Even if you haven't seen one of them dance, sometimes a dancer can just see in a basketball move. Well, no, we're asking you guys who the best dancer would be, or if you've seen a dance move, that counts too. Just based on their basketball moves on the court, who has the best footwork?
I would say Chris Paul.
That's a good answer. He's a new guy, so we haven't seen much of him yet, but.
He definitely has some good footwork.
All right, well, we'll have to see more of Chris Paul and some of the other players, and look out for the Clipper Spirit this year.
And last but not least, it's time for baseball.
Yay!
And some really big news for Clayton Kershaw, who is going to spring training $19 million richer.
That's a pretty good payday for Clayton.
It's not bad. He deserves it, though.
He does deserve
Cy
it.
Young winner.
Cy Young winner, and I'm sure he's going to do just as good or better next season. So I'm excited for him. I think he wanted something between 10 and 12 for 1 year, but they got it done. That's all that matters. And Dodger fans are thrilled, of course, because they want to keep Clayton there. With Chad Billingsley, they're kind of the 1-2 punch, and everybody else is going to have to kind of fill in, I think, because we've lost Kuroda and Quo. So I don't know. It's going to be interesting, but Clayton he's the ace of the bunch, that's for sure.
2 years is nice. I think Dodger fans would like about 6, but
At least. He's 23 years old. They'll take 10.
Yeah. Well, we got Kemp for several years.
That's right.
We got a new owner coming.
He's a little older.
But let's enjoy the next 2 years for now.
You're right. We shouldn't really jump.
Right.
But speaking of 10-year long deals, Albert in Anaheim.
Right.
People are wondering, is he worth the money? 10 years, $254 million. He's 32 years old. Is that too much money to give to one player, Will?
That's a crazy amount of money.
Is it?
It's a crazy amount of money. Yeah, he was fantastic in St. Louis. Gave him 2
World Series MVP.
World Championships.
Yeah.
I think even if the Anaheim Angels win the World Series, it'll financially make sense. But
It'll be worth it.
10 years, he's not going to be.
He's not going to be
He's
the
not
Albert
going to be
that
the
he is
same
today.
hitter, I don't think. I don't think when he's 40 years old, he's going to be worth $25 million a year. But I think he will improve the Angels, and I think
he'll help.
Anaheim and Texas, just like every year, it's going to be a knockdown, drag-out fight in the AL West.
You know what, though? I think I'm going to predict, though, for this year that the Angels definitely win the division. I mean, by a landslide. I really think that. And I think it's not just Albert, but C.J. Wilson. They've got Torrey Hunter. They've got just so many really amazing players. I think that they're kind of locked and loaded.
I'm with you there. I think we're going to have a busy summer. Dodgers and Angels
huge.
Going up and down the 5 all summer.
Right. We won't have anything else to do but baseball, but that's okay with me because I miss it and I'm ready.
I am too.
I'm ready to go.
This year, I take your side.
Okay, I like that.
Let's go April.
Yeah,
April 1st.
Exactly. All right, well, that will do it for today's show.
And on our next show, we're going to talk about the Lakers and Clippers and how they're looking at the halfway point in the
I can't
season.
believe it's halfway already. And baseball season is upon us. We're going to give you all the latest from Arizona, and maybe the Dodgers will have a new owner by then, too. We'll see. We'll find out soon. Thanks for watching. I'm Maria Serrao for Will Lupardus, and we'll see you next time.
It's not just an identity change from Phil Jackson to Mike Brown in terms of the style, and not the triangle to more traditional NBA sets or however you want to describe it. But it really truly is a complete change in culture, where we have to be physical, we have to be scrappy, we have to be able to win these games in the 80s, and be able to just grind it out. And, that will have to symbolize who we are, in particular, for more than the first half of this season, as we continue to get more comfortable with how we're going to execute offensively and how to get our best players in position to score. Right now we're still having a lot of bad possessions. We're high turnovers. So defense and hustle will be the way. That'll be how we'll have to win for quite some time.